Welcome back, everyone, to the Stay Introverted Podcast. I am your co-host, Jay Coleman.
And I am your other co-host, Steph Laffey.
And as always, we want to thank you for taking time out of your day or evening to listen to a couple of introverts just shooting the breeze and talking stuff.
Yeah, and this is our first solo episode, and by solo, I mean just the two of us, in a while. So,
it's been a few weeks, yes.
Yeah, I'm excited though. I feel like this is going to be a good one. It's a conversation that's been on both of our minds for a while. Considering what's happening this month.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. But it's before we dive in, I definitely want to say it's been cool. Chatting with our guests, definitely learning about the different content creators and business owners and fellow podcasters that we talk to. But it's definitely fun just having us two just shoot the breeze every now and then.
Oh, definitely. I think at first, I don't know about you, but like the first couple guests, it was like kind of hard finding my groove in terms of like, because like we had just sort of gotten used to each other, like each other's flow and rhythm. And then all of a sudden we threw in a third person and it was like different each week.
Yeah.
It was almost always an introvert. So there was like this unspoken, like everybody is sort of kind of a little bit uncomfortable and awkward. So it wasn't really a problem, but I feel like we finally found our groove when it comes to having guests.
I think
what do you
so
think?
too. Yeah, definitely. It's plus like we're not really trying to interview people; we're just having a conversation. So I think that definitely helps. Not just us, but our guests. Like they're pretty much at ease the entire episode, which is cool. It's kind of what we want.
Absolutely, and I feel like in having guests, like what I really enjoyed is both of us have kind of started to relax more.
Yeah.
I've just felt like the energy, like we're not so worried about staying on topic. We just kind of let the conversation go where it's meant to go, and we're kind of trusting that we're going to end up either back at the topic or not, and it's fine. We've been riding those tangents.
Hey, that's what we do. I mean,
yeah.
But it makes for great content. So
it does.
One of the things we do have to do is we do have to get some at least one extrovert on the show.
We did.
Who was I extrovert? Oh, it was Liz, right?
Yeah, we just dropped that episode. You already forgot?
I don't know if she knew. So I guess she was like,
that is true.
She was like, am I? I don't know. I might be, maybe. I don't know. I have extrovert tendencies. I don't know.
That's so funny. Actually, we do have one coming on at the end of March. Do you remember Hava from the event?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna come on. I forgot to tell you. I'm telling you now on the podcast. And she is an extrovert, so it's gonna be such a cool episode. So I'm really excited for that.
Awesome. Yeah, we just want to make sure we let people know. We're fair around here. I can say a lot of jokes about extroverts, and I will. But, every now and then we want to let them come on. See how the other half lives. So
yeah, that's true. And speaking of extroverts, I think Ben Schwartz mentioned that he was a bit of an extrovert.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. He said he has everybody is like, I feel like I don't want to make people nervous when they come on. Like, you're allowed to be an extrovert around here. Like, you don't have to be like, well, I'm kind of an introvert. No, it's okay. Yeah. We like extroverts too. We might poke fun at you a little bit, but it's all good. It's all in good fun.
It really is.
So now that we're done poking fun at extroverts, for now, wow, I lost my train of thought. That was pretty quick. So we are doing this episode today, and a couple big things are happening. So not only are we talking about a big thing that is happening for both of us this year, this month actually, we are talking about, it on camera for I feel like we've had camera, but it's been a little bit like a weird setup for me because I didn't have a working camera. We officially have a working camera and we are officially podcasters with videos as of this episode.
Yes, no more camera optional, I guess.
Damn it. So I just want to quickly address this really quick. I'm not going to lie to you, Jay, and you know this.
Mhm.
I hate being on camera, so I was like not unhappy. Uh, but it was time. It was time to finally just bite the bullet, get the camera. This is what 30-year-old people do, right? This is what adults do. Is we have a podcast, camera is the thing, so I'm just going to show up on camera even if I look like a little bit of a hobo today.
Well, I mean, it's not easy. Like I don't care if you're a introvert or extrovert. I don't think it's easy in general because, like, first off, you're out there for people to look at you and judge, and then it's like, where do I even look? Do I look at the screen? Do I look at this little dot? Do I look at this little light? I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure I look right there, and
Right.
I still mess it up. I look to the left and to the right. I don't know. So
Right.
it can be very nerve wracking, but we're gonna ride ride it out. See how it goes. But I'm right there with you.
Absolutely.
I'm not a fan of being on the camera, but kind of is.
All right. Well, you know what? You encouraged me to do it. You allowed me to like just kind of sit in my field. Like I hate being on camera. I'm not gonna do this. And then finally you were like, all right, Steph, enough is enough. Get your ass on camera. I'm on camera. If I can do it, you can do it. So I'm glad that you kind of held my hand, let me get to this point where I was like, all right, you know what? You're right. Like this is adulting, right? Adulting podcasting edition.
Yes,
But I will say, sorry,
mhm.
now that I'm on camera, I'm apparently losing my voice. Yay. I will say it's a lot easier to be on camera on the computer for those of you who are struggling with the camera thing, because with your phone, it's like you have no choice but to look at yourself.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm just avoiding looking at myself, and I'm a lot more comfortable as a result. So really the problem was I didn't want to look at myself, but with the phone, I feel like there's just where else you gonna look.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I totally agree because with the phone, I'm like it's unsettling, I guess, to look right into the camera because you're right. I don't feel like looking at myself, but like as I kind of do, I guess expand the type of content that I create, I'm kind of taking the cue from other creators and just looking to the side when I use my phone because apparently that works too.
Oh, is that why they do that?
Yeah, like I actually there's this with one creator that I follow on TikTok. He actually made a video about it because I guess someone asked him like, why you always looking to the side? And he was like, because I'm nervous.
That's genius.
Like if I look into the camera, I'll never get what I have to say out. So I look to the side, and it
Plus,
worked.
yeah, wow. And I guess it kind of goes also on top of that is it kind of goes along with you're not really supposed to look at the camera when you're in photos either. Like you're supposed to tilt a little bit because it's unsettling to like look at a photo of somebody like directly looking at the camera, right?
Yeah.
So wow, that is the best tip I've heard all month.
Yeah.
It's
So I
only
think
March 4th.
yeah, I might try that. So
I
yeah.
love that. Yeah. See, I'm very uncomfortable right now. I'm just kind of testing it out. I'm very uncomfortable, like looking right at the camera and right at myself. So I'm just gonna keep not doing that.
That works.
Uh, okay. So, what are we talking about today? What is the big thing that is happening for both of us this month?
So both of us are March babies, which means you have a birthday in the month of March. Mine is earlier in the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is a little bit later, I believe.
Yes, I'm. You're a middle of the road Pisces, and by middle of the road, don't mean like middle of the road person. I just mean like middle of Pisces era.
Correct.
And I am an Aries cusp, so I'm like right at the mid late part of March, start of Aries. That's all I'm gonna tell you because you guys, whatever. My birthday is March 23rd. I was. I have a case on the Mondays today.
Fair enough. Mine is March 8th.
Oh, I didn't think you were gonna say that. I didn't mean to pressure you into saying your
No
birthday. And why are these birthdays so important?
Because we are both, I believe, entering different decades.
Yeah. Are we gonna leave it at that, or are we gonna tell the decades?
I'll tell mine. You can keep yours to yourself.
Are you kidding? What do I ever keep to myself? I have no secret. The internet knows my whole life.
True. So I am turning 40 years old.
And I am turning 30. Okay, and how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't really felt any sort of way about my birthday in like 20 years. So
Okay.
for me, it's just another day. Mainly because you know, when you're a kid, you have parties, and eventually you grow out of those. But for me, I guess the times where I would really be celebrating my birthday, I was in school. I had a test, so it was like they always plan like midterms around my birthday. But the good part was next week was spring break, so kind of even it out.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, you definitely were in the middle of spring break.
Yeah, so I don't really get too excited about it. I guess I don't know if 40 is a milestone. I have no idea. But I don't feel any sort of special feeling around it.
Okay. And meanwhile, I'm over here having a meltdown and a breakthrough and a existential crisis and then a coming of age, and there's a lot going on over here. So I'm wondering, it's obviously not an introvert thing. Like that we're having two very different approaches. Is it a male female thing? I don't know.
I don't know. I think men like to pretend like they don't feel things and have emotions or whatever. But you see a lot of dudes having midlife crises as well. Like
Right.
I don't see too many women going out and buying $20,000 sports car and getting like hair transplants.
That's true. That's true. I feel
Yeah.
like men are more likely to be like, I don't care about my age, and then they go and have a crisis anyway. Whereas women are like, I'm freaking out. Like like every time they turn like a big age, at least me.
But I think women do it the right way. Like they actually acknowledge and accept their feelings and go through the entire process and come out on the other end. Whereas we deny our feelings and suppress our feelings and go out and get hit by trucks because we're not looking. So it's just different approach, I guess.
Yeah, different approach, and I guess they both have their pluses and minuses.
I don't see the plus on our side.
Well, the plus is, I guess, is that you're not driving everybody crazy talking about your birthday for like 6 months leading up to it, because that's how I felt. Like Sean is just like, okay, we get it. You're turning 30 in 8 months and 4 days. Like, great. I turned 30 and I didn't die.
Is Sean older?
Yeah, he'll be 31 in a week.
Okay.
So he's also a
like
March
it.
baby.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
March trio, I like it.
You know what? There's something about March. Like my best friend in the world is also the same day as me, March 23rd. Same
Nice.
year too. So we were
Interesting.
born in the same hospital. Didn't know each other then, but yeah, good times. March 23rd is a great day to make a baby. Just saying.
Fair enough.
um, so is there anything like about okay, so first I need to ask you for your advice because I'm, going back and forth between freaking out about turning 30 and like accepting it and like being okay with it. So like
Mhm.
I'm curious, what is something that you wish you knew on your 30th birthday that maybe can help me accept this?
That I wish I knew. I don't. I don't know. I think again, like I don't really stress out about or freak out about too much. I kind of take things as they are. Um,
hmm
so I don't really
Maybe
know.
that's the lesson.
That might be. But I will say, the 30s is it's not a bad decade.
hmm
This isn't like the Middle Ages where a 32-year-old was a senior citizen. Like we've
Right,
come a little bit farther than that.
right.
I think that that people think you start like slowing down or whatnot. That's not the case.
hmm
For me, my 30s personally, professionally, financially better than my 20s.
Okay.
I think you definitely start making a little bit, some actual real money. Um, I think you have a better understanding, hopefully, of kind of who you are, the things that you will and will not accept, which, allows you to kind of put yourself in better positions.
hmm
It's just a certain level, I guess, of maturity and clarity. I think that comes with the 30s. At least for me, just certain things in my 20s that just don't feel like doing because you realize they don't produce any sort of
hmm
positive results.
Okay. I keep hearing that and I feel like I believe that finally, I was for a long time I was very fixated on this idea that like I'm gonna be in my 30s, like I have to like actually be a responsible adult and like a normal human being. I can't just like do dumb shit, say dumb shit and say, "Oh, I'm just 20 something." Like not that I was
Mhm.
doing that, but I totally was.
Yeah.
Um uh but I also need to like give myself grace, I think. Like and remember like 10 years ago, like 10 years ago at when I was turning 20, like I was not that I was a mess or anything,
Mhm.
but like I've come so freaking far in the last decade and like I'm at the point where if I don't develop or grow or evolve anymore, I've I'm okay with how far I've come. And I don't think that at 20 I would have said that. So I'm excited for my 30s because I've gotten to the point where I like who I am as a person. I'm a little crazy, but then again, aren't we all? Um, I genuinely like hearing myself talk, as you can all tell. I like my own company, which is cool. I feel like I've got a good head on my shoulders. I'm excited about everything that's coming. I'm not as much of a control freak anymore. So I feel like my 30s are going to be pretty good. So thank you all for letting me just talk myself in circles. That was my therapy session of the week. As of right now, I'm okay with turning 30. That might change tomorrow.
Fair enough. Like I will say, one of the things that I noticed in my 30s was that a lot of I mean, you're always learning lessons. That's just kind of what life is. You just learn lessons. But I think one of the the biggest difference is that in my 20s, a lot of the lessons were more external. You know,
Mm,
excuse me. You learned, uh, you know, where to go, where not to go. You were testing out different jobs, bouncing around
right,
jobs privately. In college, so you know, learning different subjects, focusing on your major, focusing on trying to get a job, focusing on trying to get a house, focusing on so much external stuff. In your
right.
30s, a lot of these things are internal. Like you just have a better sense of self, a better sense of what you're going to deal with, a better sense of this is who I am, a better
Mm-hmm.
sense of how things do and don't um, do and don't affect you,
Mm-hmm.
um, how you will and will not react in certain situations. So it really is a lot of just internal learning. Like I learned,
Oh
um,
God, I can't take any more internal learning. Ah, I'm exhausted.
it's vital. 'Cause in your twenties, I think you're learning more about the world around you.
Right.
In your 30s, I think you're learning more about yourself.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so I guess I'm in a pretty good position because I've spent the last year, 2 years really getting to know myself internally. So I'm like going in with a little bit of that done.
Mhm.
And so now I feel like, and correct me like if you have a different thought, but I feel like the external stuff starts to click into place and actually make sense when you get the internal stuff like working.
Yeah,
Like I feel like when you're all out of sorts inside, it's very hard to be together on the outside.
no, that's very true.
All right,
Extremely.
cool. So I'm in a good position. Um, is there anything that like you're feeling strange or weird about like going into 40?
Going into 40, just I would say it's definitely harder to um staying in shape is probably going to be the hardest thing. Bouncing back and prepping for working out is a lot harder. I know that you got to stretch more. Um, Sometimes it's just a little harder to work out as long as I would like, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm still fortunately kind of at the point where uh, the mind kind of drives the mind leads the body as opposed to the other way around. So as long as that's still going on, I think I'm okay.
Okay,
For
there
those
you
that don't
go.
know, what I mean, you will get to a point where your mind thinks you can do something, but your body says you must be out of your goddamn mind. So I'm not
Uh-oh.
there. I'm not there yet. I can still just do things kind of by just sheer force of will. But
Oh my God. What do you do for like working out? Like, what is your go-to?
just walking. I love walking.
Okay. Well, as long as you keep walking, I feel like you can definitely walk for a
Yeah,
long time.
definitely. I mean, staying active in general, I think, only helps. If you live a pretty sedentary life, it's really hard to then try to become active as you're getting older. So
Right.
but if you're already active, it's just about you know it's more trying to adjust, and
Right.
seeing what works, what doesn't work, adding things, more stretching, more
Right.
more rest. So, but yeah, I mean, I've always been active, so it's
Okay.
not that big a deal.
Right. You were an athlete in high school, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so that definitely helps. Have you had periods of like just being totally sedentary where you had to like get back into it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm currently trying to get out of that mode now. In the last,
Mm-hmm.
the kind of the best and worst part about working from home is that you kind of sit down for a long period of time. So just
Right.
trying to kind of get myself out of that mode, and whether it just be something as simple as standing up, while I work, that makes
Mm-hmm.
it makes a huge difference.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but definitely just being, trying to be more consistent, um, just rebuilding good habits.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I do you have the like the steps app on your phone?
I don't. I just kind of when I go, I just like walk for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like you were like, yeah, you're getting your steps in.
Yeah, I don't count steps. I just go out and walk. See how far I can get in a couple of hours, 2.5 hours. I figure there's some steps in there somewhere.
That's yeah, that's funny. I used to when I worked in do you know Fort Lee, New Jersey?
Hmm.
So when I used to work in Fort Lee, I would drive from my parents' house, like in upstate New York. Sorry, mom and dad, it is upstate. I know that you hate when I say that. Rockland County is upstate. um, when I would drive from home to Fort Lee and then back, there were days when like my step count was under 500. Like I did not. The only way I moved was from my desk to the garage through the elevator, and then from the garage 2 feet to my car, and then from my car 2 feet to the door of my parents' house. And um so like it was a problem. Like I was not moving at all. It was to the point where I had to bring my phone with me to the printer at work just to get like 10 more steps. um Once we actually moved into the city, it was like inevitable that I was gonna have to, walk a little bit more. Um and then once my office moved to the city as well, it just got that much easier. But what are some ways that you like get yourself out of the house when uh on days when it's really freaking cold or it's raining? Like how can people who have the not walking ever problem, what are some tips? Be the you that I needed when I was working in Fort Lee.
I mean, the biggest thing is just removing excuses for me.
Mm.
Oh, my sneakers are old. Okay, getting a new pair of sneakers. Like for me, and for me personally, I have a hate um, relationship with footwear
Mhm.
because I wear very large size shoes. So one is it's hard to find shoes in my size. Two, it's hard to find nice looking shoes in my size. We always get these ugly ass shoes because who cares about people with big feet? You just be grateful to have shoes. I'm like, no.
And feet. You're
Yeah,
grateful to have feet too.
yeah. So it's buying shoes has just never been fun for me. But I've been fortunate to find a couple of vendors who sell nice shoes with a lot of cushion. So that's one excuse that I get rid of. Um, it's still winter, so it's still a little bit cold. But I went ahead and bought like compression shirts and pants and rather thermal clothing to go under like my sweats and stuff, so I'm not freezing. Um, and then I personally don't mind walking in the rain because again I'm a Pisces, we like water, so I'm out there with my hat and my gloves, my umbrella. I don't care.
Really? Because my husband's a Pisces and he hates the rain. So
I love the rain, so like honestly for me it works because people don't like the rain, so I got the whole trail to myself. I just go out, there's no
there you
walking over
go.
the rain. Okay, like for me that's probably the best days to walk. Just kind of having that mindset.
Wow,
Um,
that's a very introverted thing, I guess.
it
Like, I
really
like
is.
the rain because nobody's here to ruin it for me.
Exactly. Exactly. You gotta be smart, my fellow introverts.
That's the key. Get
Hmm.
outside when it's raining because there's nobody else out there. I like that reframe.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's why I'm here to give you a pat on the back or kick in the ass, whatever you need. I got
I love it. That's so funny. I like the rain. People make fun of me because I don't have an umbrella. Shocker. Um, I just walk around. I get wet. I don't care.
you.
Even if I have a meeting that day, I do not carry an umbrella. Why? Because if it's not attached to me, I lose it. Like, and by not attached, I mean by a limb. Like anything that's not a head, an arm, a neck, a finger, like it gets lost very easily. So I don't bother with umbrellas. And you know what? A little bit of rain never hurt nobody, so I will stand by that, even if it means that I have to show up soaking wet. So I'm curious, do you have an umbrella?
I have two.
Maybe that's something I'll do when I'm 30.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, honestly, like I started. Yeah, I definitely started investing in umbrellas when I in my 30s.
Yeah.
I used to destroy umbrellas for some reason. I couldn't keep an umbrella like intact when I was younger. But
In your 20s?
like in my life, I just would just destroy destroy umbrellas for some reason.
That's
Um,
so funny.
yeah, but I also realized because God bless my mom, but she would kind of buy these cheap umbrellas. So
Mhm.
as I got older, I learned to kind of invest in sturdier, more solid umbrellas.
Mm.
Also, umbrellas. I prefer larger umbrellas because I'm a larger person.
Okay.
So I get the very, very wide. They're not beach umbrellas, but just like one level under beach umbrellas. So very, very wide. You know?
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm picturing you carrying a beach umbrella.
yeah. Well, I have my slightly under beach umbrella.
Oh my god. I think if I'm gonna get an umbrella, we're gonna need to start with the cheap umbrella and go from there because I don't trust myself. Like I feel like I leave everything everywhere. Maybe that's something to work on.
I mean, I don't think umbrellas aren't. I mean, I get mine from Target. Like these aren't expensive umbrellas, but I try
Right.
to get as large a size as possible. It works. I just keep them in my car. They're chilling.
Okay. Good stuff. I don't have a car. Hmm. You know what? I like the rain. We'll leave it at that. um, I'm an introvert. I like the rain, and I don't need an umbrella.
There you
I'm in a very silly mood today.
go.
Um, Anywho, how are you celebrating your birthday this weekend?
I don't know. I'm sure there's a basketball game on. That's typically what I do. Um,
Okay.
I have a kind of a tradition where I'll buy a bunch of basketball cards. I collect basketball cards.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually did that earlier this year, so I kind of gave myself an early birthday present. But I still got to go through them and organize them. So I'll probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've been thinking about like what I want to do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it'll probably be on Saturday because my birthday is Friday. I gotta work, but um, I want pancakes.
I like that.
Yeah,
Where can you get good pancakes?
there's a couple of spots around my house, so I think I'm gonna just get some pancakes.
Okay.
It's just
Cool.
a stack of flapjacks.
A stack of flapjacks. I like that. Um, cool. And are you like, is that how you've always celebrated your birthday, or has that evolved?
I think that's evolved. Yes, we've evolved to pancakes.
Okay. What was it? What was it before that?
Buffalo wings.
Buffalo wings. Okay, and you're very much a creature of habit. I feel like you like change things every like 5, 10 years or so. Am I
Yeah,
on the right track here?
I mean, if for me, if something's working, if I'm comfortable with something, if I find something that I like, I'm not really in a rush to change things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at the same time, I I frustrate people so because like they think that they have like my routine down, and I'll just wake up one day and go left because I want to.
So
So
you basically like gaslight people into being like, I don't like that. What do you
yes,
mean?
social gaslighting, I guess, is what it is. Right. I laid the
My
ground. I laid the groundwork for decades, and then one day just
Right, what are you talking about? Why would I
boom.
ever want pancakes? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
it's not a habit. I just do it every day. Difference.
Right. That's so funny. My sister used to when we were little, she used to like change her mind all the time about whether or not she liked hamburgers. But, like, when the way she would say it, me and my brother it would drive us crazy because she would be like, one second she would love hamburgers, and the next second she would tell us she'd never had a hamburger in her life, and we'd be like, "Which is it?" Like, but, like, she always would act like the other one never happened. Like, whatever era she was in was how it's always been, and we were crazy.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, but
I still don't know if she likes them, to be honest. It's been 25 years.
I don't know. I mean, like, I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but like for me, it's just kind of how I am. Like I can eat the same thing every day
Me
and not
too.
be bored just because. But I also know that I'm a person that in general doesn't like a whole bunch of options.
Right.
Just I don't need 45 colors. I'm good with 7.
Right.
Like, yeah,
That's
like
still a lot.
yeah, like some people get bored eating the same because they want a variety of stuff, and it's like I get that, but at the same time, like I see my mom and people just like literally frozen because they don't know what to eat. They don't want to.
Right.
I had this last night. I don't want to have it again. I'm like, look, I'm hungry. I don't care. Like
Right.
I have some catfish in my freezer. That's good
Mm.
for like 2 weeks. I
Right.
I eat catfish every single day, but I want pancakes.
I love that for you. And I'm going to send you a pancake breakfast. I'm going to treat you to a pancake breakfast.
Appreciate
Of course, that's what co-host and birthday twins do.
that. Chris,
um,
what are you doing for yours?
what am I doing? Are you sure you want to know? It might exhaust you. um,
Are you going to do more goat yoga?
any more? Oh, goat yoga. I want to so bad, but I found Frenchy yoga, so I have to try that first.
Of course you did. Of course. Of
Cool,
course.
like
Of course. What is this? Explain to the
we're getting more and more niche down to like my
we are.
preferences. And as I said that, Noki just like sat up from a nap and he was like, Frenchy yoga. He's looking at me from across the room, can I come? Anyway, what am I doing? So obviously the big birthday gift was the dog. That was Sean's 30th birthday present to me. So we're already kind of celebrating with that. In terms of actual celebration, so I was talking to my girlfriend about this, the one that I share a birthday with, and she was asking, like, what are you doing for our birthday? So I said, I'm gonna spontaneously invite people to drinks, right? Spontaneously on the 22nd at a random bar.
Yeah.
And the problem, though, is that I have told a lot of people who have asked me what I'm doing, and they all mark their calendar. So I'm like, fuck. They kind of defeat the whole purpose of spontaneously sending out an invite. So now I'm in this dilemma of like, I guess I have to follow through with this, right? Even though it's spontaneous, I've now declared the 22nd is the day that everybody's coming to get birthday drinks. So there's that.
I mean, you don't have to follow through. You can just cancel. That will be spontaneous.
Okay. I love it.
The definition of
Should I
spur of the
do?
moment.
There you go. Okay. So
That's just me trying to cause trouble. Go ahead. Continue.
I love it. Will I do that? I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go, so that's the spontaneous part. And the spontaneous part is gonna be when I send out the message, because in the past I would send it out like a month early. I am sticking to that I'm not sending out the text message, the spontaneous text message, um, until like at least the Sunday before, maybe even later. Because I don't want a whole big to do, as you can see.
With
Okay,
me
but
and
this is me.
25 close friends.
This is me evolving, right? Like this is like I used to send out a Facebook invite and then I would follow up with everyone and it was a whole big event with balloons and cake and I don't want all that shit. I just want spontaneous drinks at a spontaneous bar with spontaneous people.
Nice.
Okay. So that's part one.
Part one. Okay. Part one.
Sean is gonna be cooking. He asked if I want to go for dinner. So personally, I would like to just stay home with the dogs, and have him make me lamb chops because he makes the best lamb chops. Open a bottle of wine because I officially can start drinking by then. Although I'm only gonna drink like on my birthday, and then I'm gonna go back to not drinking because I found that I actually enjoy not drinking.
Okay.
Which is another big step, right? So Sean's gonna get me a bottle of wine, make some lamb chops. We're gonna order some ice cream at home. Another big evolution because normally we go for like crazy steakhouse dinners, and it's just not necessary. So there's that. That's like my actual birthday weekend. Oh wait, and then also my parents and my in-laws are coming
Part
to
three.
visit. Oh, this is just part one.
Part one, act three. Got it. Okay.
um, so my parents and in-laws are coming to the city, and we're all gonna go for Mexican with my siblings and their significant others. So that's like my birthday weekend. And then I'm going to Vegas with my family. As you can tell, I really don't care about celebrating my birthday. I'm going to Vegas to see the Grateful Dead at the Sphere.
Nice.
With my whole family. And then in September, all the girls that are turning 30 this year are going to Charleston. So I'm not really doing anything big for my birthday. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So Jay is just getting some pancakes, and Steph has this entire like mini series planned out for the next 2 quarters of the.
But this is such an evolution, I swear, because I used to make such a big production of my birthday.
So this is toned down. Got it. This is all right. Birthday light. Okay. Got diet birthday plan over here. Okay.
So you can imagine what my 21st birthday looked like.
Yeah, you probably start celebrating when you turn 19. I get it.
I did. Totally. I mean, I had a fake ID at 18, so I guess so. Good times. But yeah, like I said, that's significantly toned down. This is like introvert stuff has taken over. And okay, like I know that you're like, what are you talking about? But like I used to have like these big parties, big ridiculous celebrations with all these people. Like every person that I'd ever met in my life was invited, right? And it was so overwhelming. So after my wedding, I kind of told myself like, okay, I don't ever want a bigger celebration for me than that day, than my wedding day. Like that was the most overwhelming. It was like every person that I knew, not just my friends, but my parents' friends, my coworkers, like everyone was there. And I enjoyed myself. I was pretty present, but it was really overwhelming. And from there, I was like, I'm only ever going to do like small celebrations for me where I can actually talk to every single person that is there and have a genuine conversation and be present and not worry about whether everybody else is having fun. Like, this is about me. Just kidding. But not really.
Your birthday should be about you.
Yeah, it's a celebration of my life. So I would like to actually enjoy whatever I'm doing celebrating. So, like, yes, I'm doing all of these celebrations, but they're all very small. Like, the girls' trip is like 5 of us in September. The the spontaneous birthday drinks, it's probably not going to be more than like 8 people, right? And then when it's my in-laws and my parents, like, and my siblings and their partners, um, that's only 10, but, like, I really only count it's, like, the people that I'm most comfortable with in the whole world, so it doesn't feel like 10 people.
Nice.
So, old me would have had a party with all of these people all together, and that would have been too much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling by myself. Again, that's just kind of how I am. But
Yeah.
still, I think one of my goals really, even birthday notwithstanding, one of my goals is actually to get out more, be more social, I guess. So
What? You heard it first here,
yeah,
folks.
podcast exclusive. Jay's gonna get out the house. But yeah, like I enjoy paint night. So I go. There's a couple of paint spots that I go paint night spots that I go to. Uh,
Mhm.
Definitely enjoy that. Um, the town that I live in is very cool, very quiet. But not a lot of people who look like me. So I joined a group called Boston While Black. To kind of just
Ooh,
more culture. They're having an event. Like a get together, gonna watch the Celtics game at a restaurant. So just like little small things.
there you go.
Yeah, just to kind of get out the house, be around, uh, be around different folks. Maybe make a new friend. I don't know.
I love that. That's awesome. And my goal is to become even more of a hermit. I've hermited down, I swear.
That's all right.
I want to, okay. What I should say is I want to simplify. Like, I want to spend my time. I feel like you do such a good job of like spending your time and energy with the people that you like actually really want to spend your time and energy with.
Mhm.
Whereas, like, for the longest time, I like didn't understand that about myself. So I want to actually honor that, like, for the next year. That's my goal.
Well, that's also one thing that you'll learn in your 30s is just who you actually want to spend time with.
Right.
And the other thing is that it kind of works out because, at least for me, like folks know if I'm actually talking to you or spending time with you, I actually value that friendship. So it kind of,
Mhm.
for me, it kind of strengthens that bond a little bit.
Mhm.
But yeah, you definitely learn how to better manage your energy around
Yeah.
people.
So by the time I'm turning 40 and we have this conversation again, maybe I will be getting pancakes on my 40th birthday. I hope so.
Yeah,
I
I just
hope
want to figure
so.
out which pancakes I want. I don't know.
That is a hard, you know what? Maybe just get all of them.
I'm thinking that.
Like that's like maybe see if they have like an option where you can just like you know how they have like the stacks?
Hmm.
Like one like if they can make you one stack of like different varieties.
I might do that. It's like I'm definitely getting chocolate chip. That's like the
Oh,
staple right
I
there.
mean, I would have probably ended our partnership if you didn't.
Yeah, chocolate chip. And then from there, it's like because I have a place in mind. They got like a Oreo. It's like an Oreo stack. We got Oreo
Ooh.
crumbles. Like they got a little cream filling in there. It's
Mhm.
beautiful. They got like I'm a big peanut butter fan. So they got peanut butter pancakes. This is beautiful. So I
I
don't
love
know.
that.
I might just do like a stack of each.
You have to like share a video of whatever you end up like I don't know if you're big on taking pictures of your food, but like I need to see the pancakes that you ended up with.
I think I will make an exception this year.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't you didn't strike me as somebody who takes a picture of your food.
Nah, I eat.
I take a picture of everything I eat and post none of it. Like, and Sean's like, "These are the worst pictures I've ever seen." Like, why do you take a picture of it?
Yes, there are two types of people in the world: those who take pictures of their food, and the others who look at them weirdly while they're eating the food. It's
Yeah,
just
Although I do have a friend, Nadav, who does this really good, funny thing. If you guys are on Instagram, is actually I don't remember his Instagram handle, but I'll put it in the show notes. He's like a chef. Like he cooks. Um, I'll find it while we're talking. But he on his stories always makes it. You know how people say camera eats first.
Mhm.
He says camera eats second, and it's like he takes a bite out of it first and then takes a picture, and it cracks me up.
Nice.
Um, I think it's Fat Dog. I think that's what it is. We'll
Yeah.
put it in the show notes, but definitely check him out. He makes the best like Israeli pastries,
Nice.
and every once in a while he delivers them to my door.
There you
um, awesome. So pancakes. Wow. Are there any good pancake places in the New York, New Jersey area? Like, are you like a pancake connoisseur?
I should be, but I'm really not, just because I don't eat pancakes as often as I would like. Mainly
Okay.
because it's like it's not good for you to eat.
Mhm.
To eat pancakes as much as I would like to eat pancakes, it's definitely not good. So
Yeah.
I probably only eat pancakes maybe a handful of times a year, actually.
Okay. I eat pancakes every day, believe it or not.
Nice.
But I have like it's like it's a healthy pancake
Okay.
recipe. They're not like basically if you just take egg whites and like I use 2 egg whites, an egg, sugar-free syrup, and blueberries, and that's it.
Hmm.
It's basically just eggs and a little bit of sugar-free syrup, 100-calorie pancakes, and they are so good.
Nice. I would not be doing any of that on my birthday. We
No, you need to
we
have flour and like you need to have the butter, the full 9 yards.
we gonna hit at least 3,000 calories.
I love it.
Yeah,
Per pancake.
per pancake, probably.
That's a proper pancake.
Exactly. Like, do you want chocolate chips, syrup, or caramel? Yes.
Wait, which one? All three.
Yes, all three. All
That's
three.
so funny.
Yeah.
Um,
My when I was in California, my company had like an ice cream social, because that's what they do instead of giving you more money. It's just, but they had their annual ice cream social, and like they had the higher ups serving ice cream.
mhm.
The
Oh
chef,
wow.
yeah, they're one of us. Okay. But they had like, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate
Right.
chip, like 5 different types.
Okay.
Um, and the assistant director was like, Jay, we got these ones. So he's like, which one do you want? I said yes. He's like, what?
Yes.
Yes. You want all of them? So I said,
I love it.
yeah. So my man
That's
gave me
so
like five
funny.
five scoops, some sprinkles. It was magical. But apparently, you know, folks didn't realize that you can get more than one scoop of ice cream. They
Oh,
forget
so
that.
you started the trend.
Apparently, I did.
That's so
I'm like,
funny.
yeah, I'm like, it's an ice cream social. Like, they're here. Put them to work. You know,
That's so funny. Are you a big ice cream fan?
I actually am. I love some
Me
ice
too. Oh my God. Next time you come to New York, I have to take you to this place called Holy Cream.
cream.
It is exactly what it sounds like. It is holy.
Ooh.
Seriously, like it is. When we lived in Hell's Kitchen, it was really dangerous because that's where it is. It was down the street, and I am an ice cream addict. Like that is my kryptonite. So now, when I'm having like a sweet treat craving, I order a pint of this stuff and I eat the whole thing in one sitting. It is so good.
I mean, how
Uh,
can you not eat a pint of ice? Like, that's what it's for.
yeah,
I
that's
feel
just
like that's
weird.
that's that's
Yeah,
like the standard serving size. It's a pint. Like, come on.
exactly.
Like that.
For us in our house, yeah, it is because it's like if I'm gonna have the ice cream, why would I stop at a cup? Why would I? Why? That's just a waste. If I'm gonna have the calories anyway, I might as well just have a week's worth of calories in one
Exactly.
sitting.
Like, come on.
And plus, it's like the price difference it's just more economical. Like
It
the
really
price
is.
difference from a kitty cup to a pint is literally $1.50 of the best ice cream you've ever had in your life. So, duh, I'm gonna get the pint, and duh, I'm gonna eat it all. It's too
Exactly.
good not
I
to.
mean, yeah, like so. What I'm gonna get this little small cup and just go twice? No, I'm just let's go one time. Get the pint. Matter of fact, get 2 pints.
Well, we do, yeah,
Efficiency, and then just enjoy my pint of ice cream.
exactly. And like Sean and I should clarify. This is not a pint that Sean and I are sharing. Oh no, you fuck off my pint. That's my pint. He gets his pint, I get my pint, and we both eat our own pint. And the best part is the flavor that I like, he hates. And the flavor that he likes, I like too.
Yeah.
So he hadn't learned that lesson yet. Still, after 12 years, you would think
That's
he would
hilarious.
know.
Yes, that is hilarious.
Um,
Look, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. Got it.
Well, maybe in my 30s I'd be a little less toxic, but then again, maybe not.
That's hilarious.
All right. Well, it is that time where, speaking of ice cream, I'm starting to get hungry. Shocker. So, if you like this episode, be sure to wish us a happy birthday because that is the national holiday. Just kidding. Okay. If you like this episode, be sure to like it, rate it, review it, subscribe to the podcast, share it with a friend, and tell us what you think. And if you hated this episode,
To yourself.
exactly. I was just about to say that.
It's our birthdays.
It's our birthdays. Be nice, okay? But anyway, we love you guys, and we are so grateful that you are here listening and being with us on this podcasting journey. So, with that, stay tuned and stay introverted.
Stay introverted, y'all. Talk to you
Stay
next time.
tuned for what? I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up now.
Stay tuned for the pancake and ice cream update. That's a
Yes.
future episode. That's it.
That'll
All
be
right.
another episode. All right, stay introverted. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.